Welcome to my channel. In this video I will paint a Frosty window and candles. I put a list of art supplies that I used in this video in the description below. You can prepare your colors and canvas to follow along or just enjoy watching. I put the color Ultramarine on my palette and will mix it with matte fluid medium for better gliding on the canvas. My ultramarine has started to dry out in the tube, and this helps thin the paint. Then I combined it with titanium white. Next, I will mix raw umber, yellow medium and titanium white. This mix will be used to paint the window frame. I will need a very light yellow color for painting the glare from the sun. For this, I will mix yellow medium and titanium white. Next, I will combine titanium white, a little bit of black and a dab of crimson red. This mix will be used to paint the curtains. I will also need primary blue and yellow ochre that I will add to the palette later. The first step will be misting the canvas with water from a spray bottle to make the paint slide on the canvas easier. Next, I will cover the entire canvas with a light blue paint mix. Once I have covered the canvas, I will let it dry. You can speed up the drying process of the acrylic paint with a blow dryer. Now I will use a filbert brush to apply the paint for the window. I dip the brush into the light blue paint, and with a patting motion I paint the window. As I paint down the canvas, I am adding titanium white to the blue mix and blending it in. On my color palette, I will mix raw umber and titanium white to paint a bush and tree outside the window. I will use the light yellow mix to paint a glare from the sun on the bush and tree. Now I'm going to paint some falling snow. I mix a dab of titanium white with a few drops of water. Then I grab a stiff brush and dip it into the mix. While holding the brush over the canvas and using your thumb, lightly flick the paint. To paint frost on the window, we will use a fan brush. Dipping the brush into titanium white and mixing it with a little bit of the blue mix. I will use a patting motion to paint the frost on the window. Next, I will paint drops of melted frost on the glass of the window. I mixed primary blue with a dark brownish mix that I prepared earlier to get a dark turquoise color. You can add some water to thin paint. Using very small round brush, I paint the lines from water drops sliding down the glass. After that, I use titanium white to paint thin lines right next to dark lines to give it the look of water. Now I will paint the window frame. I like to use painter's tape when the paint is dry to make it easier to paint straight and clean lines of the window frame. I will use a dark brownish mix from my palette with a flat brush to paint the part of the frame that is closest to the wall. Then I mix in titanium white to the mix and paint the side of the frame that is closest to the glass. To paint the wall under the window frame, I add a little bit of black to the dark brownish mix. For the shadow, I add more black to the mix and paint a dark line right under the frame. Next, I will paint the platform to put the candles on. I mix a good amount of primary blue with the dark brownish mix. With the flat brush, I fill up the empty space on the canvas. To show shades, I add a little bit of white to the mix and make the platform lighter in color at the bottom of the canvas, where the light from the window is able to reach it. To paint the glare from the sun on the window frame, I use a round brush and light yellow paint. I add a drop of water to make paint thin and blend it into the frame. Next, I will paint the curtains. I pick up the pink-gray mix from my palette and paint wavy curtains. To add shades on the fabric, I need to make 2 more shades of the pink-gray paint mix. I divided mix into 3 parts and added black paint to one part and white paint to the second part. You can make 4 or 5 shades by adding black or white paint to the mixes. This way, you could paint more realistic curtains. If you want me to make video about mixing dark and light shades of color, let me know in the comments below. I apply the lighter shade of the mix on the edge of the curtains, where light hits it the most. Then, I blend in the dark shade of the mix to show the folds of the fabric. Now I prepare the paint for candles. I add crimson red to my palette and mix it with black. Using a white flat brush, I will paint the red candle. The top part of a candle needs to be lighter in color because the light from the window hits it. I mixed crimson red with titanium white and using smaller flat brush, I blend the colors on the candle. To prepare paint for the cream-colored candle, I mixed yellow ochre with titanium white. I picked up the mix with a white flat brush and paint the wider candle. Then I used yellow ochre and the mix of yellow ochre with raw umber to paint shades on this candle. I let candles dry and will now go back to painting glare from the sun. Using the same light yellow mix, I add more glare on the window frame and a little on the frosty glass. Now I will light up the candles on the painting. I combined yellow and red paint to get light orange color. Then I painted the outline of the light and blended them into the background. With light yellow mix, I paint the flames. I let the flames dry and will paint shadows from the candles on the platform. I added black to the dark turquoise mix that I have prepared earlier and will use this new mix to paint the shadows. When the candle flames are dry, I add titanium white in the middle of them and paint the wick using black paint. Let me know how your painting turned out, or ask me questions in the comments below. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. It will help other people find it and join our artistic adventure. Thank you for watching.